The Devil and Tom Walker by Washington Irving, about the year 1727, just as the time when earthquakes were prevalent in New England and shocked many all sinners down upon their knees, lived a man named Tom Walker. One day that Tom Walker had been to a distant part of the neighborhood. He took what he considered a shortcut homewards through the swamp. He rested on a large rock, putting his walking staff into the ground. He then struck a foreign object, an Indian skull.
Let that skull alone. What are you doing on my grounds?
Your grounds? They're no more your grounds than mine. They belong to Deacon Peabody.
Deacon Peabody did. He doesn't look on his own sins rather than his neighbor's. Look yonder and see how he is faring. There's some nice firewood this winter.
But what right have you to have Deacon Peabody's English?
See, this whole area is the red man, and then your white people came in and they took it over. Then, so, see, this place belonged to me, for the white men came to take over my soil.
Then pray, who are you?
I go by various names. I go by Black Miner, Black Woodsman, many others.
And if I'm not mistaken, you are he who was commonly called Old Scratch?
That's me at your service.
Tom was a hard-minded fellow, not easily daunted, and he had lived so long with a termagant wife that he didn't even fear the devil. It is said that after this commencement, they had a long and earnest conversation together as Tom returned homewards. The devil told him of great sums of money that had been buried. All these were under her command and protected by her power.
What proof have you that all that you're telling me is true? Here's my signature.
Yes, thank you. Crummanshield's dead.
Let the freebooter roast. Who cares?
Indeed.
So, I met up with the devil today. See the smirk? He gave me it. He told me all about this treasure. Something that we would like, huh? See, but, I refused this treasure.
For why?
It's not worth it.
But think about all the money we could have.
I know.
Tom plays. Where are you? What? Where have you been? I met a black guy.
A black eye.
Yeah. You see, I didn't really fall in love with him, but he was just kind of like, I don't know. Like, I think he was the devil.
You think he was the devil?
I think he was
Where'd you go?
the woods.
The wood. Okay.
I went out in the woods.
Hey, where are you going?
Going to sell my soul.
I'm not sharing any wealth with you. I'm taking the tongs, the turkey fork, and the teapot.
Tom waited for her, but she did not come. In a word, she was never heard of more. What her real fate, nobody knows. It was said that a great woman with an axe on her shoulder was seen that evening with an air of surely triumph.
Let us get hold of this property and we'll do without the woman. Egad, Old Scratch must have had a tough time with it.
He met the devil one evening with an axe on her shoulder, along the edge of the swamp, humming a tune. They began to haggle on the terms of the treasure. The devil insisted the money should be employed in her service. The devil said Tom should fit out the slave ship, but Tom refused. The devil proposed that Tom should turn usurer. No objections were made. It was just to Tom's taste.
I'll open a broker shop in Boston this month.
I'll do so tomorrow if you wish.
I want 2% a month.
Egad, I'll charge 4.
Let's see. So, you shall foreclose mortgages. Drive the merchant to bankruptcy.
I'll drive him to the devil.
I see, you are the usher of my money. When do you want the money?
This very night.
Done.
Done.
In the days of Governor Belcher, money was scarce.
Charity begins at home. I must take care of myself in these hard times.
You've made so much money off of me.
The devil take me if I have made a farthing.
Tom, you're come for. Get on my horse.
Trustees were appointed to take charge of Tom's effects. There was nothing to administer upon. And the very next day, his great house took fire and was burnt to the ground. Such was the end of Tom Walker and his ill-gotten wealth. The truth of it is not to be doubted. The neighboring swamp and the old Indian fort is often haunted on stormy nights by a figure on horseback, which is the troubled spirit of Tom Walker.
I'm Courtney Cunningham, and now we are going to discuss the elements of Gothic literature. First up, setting. The story takes place in the year 1727, as depicted in the story. It also takes place near Boston, which is also set in the story.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Knight. With the element of Gothic literature today I will be discussing, it will be suspense. The suspense shown in this story was when Tom Walker finds the apron in the tree. You didn't know what was going to be in it, but did you? That is the
The
question.
next item of Gothic literature is foreshadowing. When Tom's wife didn't come home, that foreshadowed that she might be dead or otherwise not known.
The next element of Gothic literature are signs. The first sign that we saw in the story was the apron in the tree. That insisted that Tom's wife was there. Also, the vulture. The vulture in the tree depicts that something has died or something is rotting there.
The next element of Gothic literature is the supernatural. When the devil talks to Tom, that depicts the supernatural because we all know the devil is not real. Another sign is at the end of the story when the devil takes Tom on his horse.
Next, we will depict emotion in our story. When Tom sees the remains in his tree, he is sort of compelled. Egad! Old Scratch must have had an old time with it. Also, he becomes a violent churchgoer and starts yelling his prayers in church.
The next element of Gothic literature we will be talking about is damsel in distress. In this story, Tom is considered a damsel in distress because his soul is being taken by the devil. Also, Tom's clients are being damsels in distress because Tom is taking their money away from them.
The next element of Gothic literature would be tyrannical male. The tyrannical male who can first be depicted is the devil. He holds Tom's soul and pretty much binds him. The other tyrannical male can be Tom because he takes people's money since he is a broker. And the tyrannical female we can contribute to is Tom's wife because she's really mean to him and beats him up.
The next element of Gothic literature is symbolism. The symbolism seen in the story can be with the trees, with the names of the rich buccaneers and other people that are trying to take everybody else's money.
For the language in the story, we will conclude that melancholy means sadness. It's used a lot in the story. Basically, it's what you feel when you read the story.
The next element of Gothic literature is history. There is a reference of Israel from the Bible, and there is the Salem witch trials. The next is Governor Belcher and the city of Boston.
Witnesses. Unfortunately, the only witness we have is the narrator, and he is not credible. Because was he there? We don't know. The very last part are the multiple endings.
The one multiple ending is the actual ending. Did Tom take off on the horse? Where'd he go?
Also, what happened to Mrs. Walker? Did she die? Obviously, but what happened to her?